Today, we're looking at 4 Sapporo apartments. We'll also be going on some neighborhood walks. The walk at the very end is my favorite part of this video. Really, if you were to watch any of this video, I would say watch that part. Alright, let's get started. The area of Sapporo City we're in is called Toyohira Ward. The closest train station is Kikusui Station, which is only a 8-minute walk from the first apartment. To get to downtown, it is a short bus ride, about 10 minutes. I thoroughly enjoyed my time here in Sapporo. The weather has been beautiful. I know it snows like crazy in the winter, so it's kind of having that Seattle effect where people visit in the summer and go, wow, it's so nice here. And then the winter comes and everyone's sad. This unit is considered a 1 LDK, 1 room, living, dining, kitchen. The size is 35 square meters, which is 376 square feet. In a rare turn of events, all of these apartments today are pet friendly. In Japan, many apartments are not. And if they are, there is a chance that there is a size or weight restriction. So if you ever see anyone with a large dog, more than likely they own their house and it's a house. Most Hokkaido apartments have extra heaters because it gets quite chilly here. January being the coldest month, averaging a -7 to -8 Celsius, which is around 19 to 18 Fahrenheit. Notice that all the doors are also double layered. Average snowfall per year is around 5 meters, which is 16 feet. So it might not be the coldest place, but you do get hit hard with snow. This unit will cost you the monthly rent of 74,000 yen, which is roughly 455 USD. It's nice that you already have a fish grill and stovetop. A lot of Japanese apartments do not come with appliances, including burners. This unit has 1 month security deposit, but no key money fee. And from what I've seen, this is becoming more common. While I was here visiting, I had the opportunity to attend a Ainu language class. And if you don't know who the Ainu are, They are an indigenous group to northern Japan. Their language is completely separate from Japanese, even though there are, shared words, loan words, and such. It is its own language family, just like how Japanese is. Japanese is a Japonic language. And there are actually many Japonic languages. But the language class was really great. Everyone was so kind and nice. It was a wonderful experience. Definitely, if you ever wanted to attend something like that, you would have to speak a high level of Japanese. It is not a tourist activity. The sliding doors are quite thin. They won't keep out a whole lot of noise, but it does create a nice separation. There is a large drugstore nearby, and right across the street is a Lawson's convenience store. There are also many places to eat. There's cafes. I was going to a cafe every day while I stayed here, and I will show you on our walk. None of these apartments come with washing machines. One thing I also noticed in Hokkaido, there is no base for the washing machine, whereas everywhere else in Japan I've been to has them. So as we wrap this apartment up, I want to shut the double layered doors here and give you an opportunity to hear what it sounds like when they're closed. Almost all the sound is shut out. Overall, I think this is a really nice apartment. Let me know your thoughts and let's walk over to the next one. Here we have two little cafes. The one on the right is the one I went to every day. I had lots of great sandwiches there. I stayed just across the street. So if you come to Sapporo, I really recommend going to this cafe called Hankei. if you notice, looking on the street, there is a lack of vending machines. This is a huge difference I noticed being here, whereas if you've come to Japan, you know there are vending machines all over typically. They just get so much snow here that can't really do that. Here is a Lawson's. There was one closer, but it was the other direction. And did you know Lawson's used to be an American company? American brands that die in the US thrive in Japan for some reason. If you come to Kyushu or Western Japan, you will see many Seattle's best coffee, where they really aren't a thing anymore. Also, Japan has many tollies too. Here is a Buddhist temple. I always love the designs on them, even though this is a bit more modern style. Hokkaido has some very interesting architectural influences, because of course you're going to have Japanese style buildings, but because Hokkaido was annexed and became part of Japan much later in the history, there is a lot of Western influence on the architecture. Hokkaido only became a part of Japan in 1869, and before that it was known as Ezo. And the name Ezo still is around on a lot of products and even animal names. And here we are at the next building. From here, the closest train station, Kikusui, is just a 5-minute walk. And right at the train station is a grocery store. If you've lived here before, or if you very least visited Japan, you know 7-Eleven, Lawson, and Family Mart. And maybe some of the more rare ones, Daily Yamazaki and Mini Stop. However, Hokkaido has their very own convenience store called Seiko Mart. And everyone I talked to raved about it. They said it's their favorite konbini. This next unit we're looking at is a 2 LDK and coming in at 55 square meters or 592 square feet. Overall, I think Sapporo apartments have a very good cost to size ratio. This unit will cost you 98,000 yen, which is roughly 600 USD. Now, I do gotta say, if you're on the taller side, you will have to be careful with your head in this apartment. So if you're above 6 foot or 182 centimeter, yeah, be careful. I'm 165. This here is the first bedroom. Huge balcony. All of these units are 2-year rental contracts, which is standard here in Japan. If you want to break your contract, typically it's 1 month's rent. And usually, if you have completed a certain amount of your contract, many places will waive that fee. Also, after the 2 years is up and you want to renew, there's a typical smaller fee. Usually, what I've paid in the past is around ichiman, which is 10,000 yen. Every place will be different. So, like I've said before, always read your contracts or have someone that, if you're not fluent in Japanese, can explain it to you in English. Always know what you're signing. Also, some leases are fixed term leases. That means after the certain amount of time's up, there is no renewal. And room 2. If you've been to Hokkaido or lived here before, let me know your thoughts on it and where you visited or lived. Also, a little update on me finding a camping car and also purchasing a house. I have found a camping car and a house that I want to purchase. Now I'm just saving up some more money. I had spent a good portion of money on opening a business here. So by maybe next month, September 2026, my Kyushu tour business should be fully up and running. So when that's ready, I will tell you guys more about that. But yeah, in the meanwhile, before I make any purchases, I think I will come back to Hokkaido, rent a camping car, and tour the very large island. This is for your fan that usually runs 24/7 in your bathroom. Japanese baths are typically, almost always, I don't think I've ever seen one that's not, a wet room. This whole place can get wet, so you need the fan to be running so it dries up properly to avoid mold. Even if you do get mold, wet rooms are very easy to clean. The age of this building is 18 years old. Overall, I think it's a very solid apartment, and if I could, I would live in here. All right, let's continue on. And we are just going right down the hall. The apartment we just saw is the largest out of the ones today. This one is coming in at, the size of this unit is 43 square meters, which is 462 square feet. It is classified as a 1 LDK. Again, we have our extra heater here. The kitchen hidden away in the little corner, and over yonder is our bedroom. It is a concrete building, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about hearing your neighbors. If you're in a Wooden building, you will for sure hear your neighbors. All the people I have interacted here in Hokkaido have been very friendly. It's a very welcoming place. Whereas, a big city like Tokyo, people are a little more busy and they just want to get on with their day, so they might come off as less friendly. Like I said before, Japanese apartments tend not to come with appliances, so you can see there is no refrigerator. This unit will cost you the monthly rent of 81,000 yen, which is roughly $496. Speaking quite honestly, the toilet room is kind of humid. They definitely need the fan. The tub is about the same depth as the other one, but it's kind of this weird V shape. Japanese people love taking baths. So if these places didn't have a tub, it's a hard no for many Japanese people. But let me know what you think, and let's go take a look at our very last unit. Going from the top floor to the 10th floor, we are just down the hallway. This unit is a 1 LDK coming in at 34 square meters, which is 365 square feet. It'll cost you the monthly rent of 63,000 yen, which is roughly 386 USD. So, right away, when you walk in, you can tell it is under construction. It's not quite ready for move in. It had just hit the market recently. So, they're doing repairs and cleaning. So, by the time you are ready to move in, it will be nice and clean. And this is another thing to keep in mind when moving to Japan. This is the country of bureaucracy. So, not only the time it takes you to do paperwork, but if there's repairs or cleaning needs to be done, it could take you a good minute to be ready to move in. Some units are ready for immediate move in, some can take you up to a month. The earlier you prepare to move, the more time you give yourself, the better options you're gonna have. Yeah, and she definitely needs a cleaning. And the same thing as all the others. To your rental contract, pets are okay. Now that we're on our last unit, I think I have to say that number 2 is my favorite. Of course, it's the largest of all of them. Because it's under construction still, we're going to wrap this one up here pretty quick and get to my favorite part of the video. I wish I had more time here because I would have loved to have just hung out outside more and really soaked it all in. And you're definitely going to understand what I'm talking about here in a minute when we get to it. All the toilets had bidets, and also Japanese toilets typically have the option for heating too. So very nice in the cold winter. All right, that about does it. So let me know your thoughts on all of these apartments and let's go take a walk. I hope you enjoyed this absolutely beautiful walk. I didn't do a lot of talking because I wanted you guys to fully enjoy it. But thanks for watching, and always, I'll see you next time.